Hey everyone, this is me, Joyful Anime 19, back at you in a new What If video, and this one's gonna be, what if Deku had the powers of Echo, and Ultimate Echo. And Deku, and how do I say this? Deku's gonna manifest his quirk when he turns when he turns four, and he unconsciously make a clone of himself to get like to get a com- to get him a comic book, and that does, a clone of himself actually does get the comic book, and Deku does grab it and says thank you, but then he looks back again and says, what the? Whoa. Hmm? And that's what the clone says. Doesn't actually say anything at all. You can say something, right? You are me. Sure. You are my original. I guess I can speak. Uh, awesome. Yeah, I'm actually a part of your quirk. And Deku shows this to his mom, and she was actually shocked by the scene that there are two of her own baby child. So they take him to the court doctor, and the clone actually goes back to Deku, warps back inside of him, back into him. So yeah, the doctor says that he has some kind of self-replicating quirk that allows him to make clones of himself. But the doctor says that there's also something else. They want to run some tests to see what it is. And Deku when he falls, his leg is actually hurting, and he actually begins to cry, and a loud sonic cry was actually coming out. It's actually coming from him, and it turns out that he has a sonic screaming quirk, a supersonic quirk, a sound quirk. And it turns out that this is also a part of his quirk, that he's able to do this. And he's able to do other things with his clones. To tell you the truth, the Deku in this What If is a lot smart. It's actually smart and very clever. Like, stupendously clever. And when Deku and he show and when he goes to kindergarten, he shows it to everyone and what he can do. But he says that he can produce sonic scream, a sonic sound from his mouth, from his voice. But he doesn't want to do that, or else he might break someone's eardrums. So he tells that to everyone, and they're reassured that he doesn't want to do that. But and well, Bakugo and Deku don't actually become friends, because why would they? Deku has a strong quirk, but Deku can only produce 10 clones, and he wants to surpass his limits. He wants to surpass his young version and keep growing. And it does hurt a little bit trying to produce even more clones. But Deku doesn't care, because he wants to become stronger. And when he turns 6, he actually begins to like music. He's like Jiro in a way, who likes music, but he doesn't have the earphone jack. So yeah, but then he begins to produce like generate these speakers from his body, and from his body and anywhere on his body, and they're able to like pop off of him like Ultimate Echo Echo, and he can also, and they're also capable of levitation, and their levitation, and Inko sees this, and this is also a part. This could be a part of his quirk as well, that it evolved. And yes, quirks are capable of evolving to the next stage. So yeah, it also hurts Deku. So he's only able to produce only five sonic speakers, but he's also able to make them grow to make devastating attacks. But Deku can't produce more than just five. He needs to produce even more, but it does hurt him every time he tries to. But he must do this because he wants to become stronger. Even though he was a little mad that his quirk wasn't like All Might, but he didn't care. He just wanted to become the best he can. So yeah, Inko saw this in Deku, seeing his determination, and he does want Deku to learn how to defend himself instead of training with his quirk all the time. So Deku is taken to Gunhead's martial arts dojo, and Deku is taught in the ways of how of Gunhead. He was taught, and there were other teachers who also wanted to teach Deku how to defend himself. It was different types of martial arts masters. They wanted to teach Deku because for some reason they actually see some unrivaled potential inside of him that was leaking out. So yeah, we're gonna give him like an emperor's potential, like the potential to become an emperor. So yeah, we're gonna give him that. So yeah, we're gonna pretty much give him that. And Deku is and Deku is also taught how to use weapons. But he doesn't want to kill his enemy. He just wants to take them down. So when his training was about to end, his master who taught him how to use weapons gave him a staff, and it's a very special staff. And they say their goodbyes to each other, and Deku is very well versed on how to defend himself and how to fight and how to use weapons as well. And he learns that anything can become a weapon, even a person can become a weapon even without a quirk. So yeah, actually the reason why Inko knows these people is because in this one her object attracting quirk is actually well powerful. They actually taught her a lot what to do, but knowing that she couldn't become a hero because of certain circumstances. For one thing, she was pregnant with Deku, and she couldn't become a hero even if she wanted to, because she didn't want to leave her parents, make them worry that much about her. So yeah, she couldn't become a hero because of that. But Deku does want to become a hero, so we skip the years. Deku Deku is actually well popular among all the students, who is very strong and who has a powerful quirk. And we're gonna give the name of his quirk. Actually, that you guys figured out the name. We're just gonna call it. We're just gonna call it Ultra Echo. Ultra Echo. We're just gonna call it that. And Deku is going to be like. He won't have like skin or green eyes like Echo Echo. Nope. Don't worry about that. So yeah, don't worry about that. Deku will So yeah, Deku is is popular, and some of the other kids from different schools talk about him. So yeah, Deku is a lot popular, but Bakugo doesn't sees Deku as nothing more than a stepping stone who is in his way. So at times Bakugo actually challenges Deku to a fight, but Deku he doesn't actually listen to him because Bakugo is nothing more than a dog who has more bark than bite. He comes right at Deku and with an explosion, then Deku but then a sonic speaker comes from comes out of his body, comes out of his skin, and pops off his skin and just attacks Bakugo with a sonic attack. And Bakugo is set flying, and Deku says, "I told you not to do that." And so yeah, we're at the last day. We all know what's going to happen. That Bakugo is going to be that jerky self of him. And yeah, someone's going to say that the Deku got way better scores than you. You're not even the strongest, so you don't have the right to act like you are the strongest. Yes, Bakugo does get angry at this, and he actually knows this, but he doesn't want to accept it that he's weaker than Deku. And so yeah, it's at the last day of school, and Bakugo tries to pressure Deku to fight him, but it doesn't go well as he thought. A sonic speaker pops off of Deku and would make a levitating disc for him to ride on, and he goes out the window, flies out the window. So he doesn't have that encounter with the sludge villain at all. But Deku will start his 10 months of training. 10 months of training, and it was painful, and yeah, he wanted to pass his limits. So yeah, and the 10 months of training ends, and Deku is at UA. No one trips yet. No one trips, and he goes and he does go in and he takes the theory exam. Take the theory exam, and yeah, everything happens. Then, but Deku is. Deku does actually a lot better than his canon counterpart. He does a lot better. He's actually well smart, because he knows that not only does he need to get stronger and faster, he also needs to be smarter as well. So this Deku is very, very intelligent. extremely intelligent. And he does have a dad. He did have a dad, but then his dad passed away. But Deku did inherit something from his dad. His his dad's unrivaled stamina, and his dad's unrivaled stamina, and his dad's ability to 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 endure pain and things like that. And he does have his dad's intelligence, but it's on a way bigger scale. Like I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, time for the Battle Zone test. Deku is totally ready for this. He's just pumping himself up, telling himself that he will become a hero, and that nothing is gonna stop him from reaching his goal. And so the President Mike says you have 10 minutes to complete this course, and he tells them all to go in, and they all do. Deku actually a speaker pops off of Deku and will help Deku. He actually rides on it, and he would find Robot, and he would produce even more speakers, and they will pop off of him, and they they can, and they're able to they're able to place themselves back on the Deku, and Deku and the speakers find Robot after Robot finds every robot they can find, only 2 pointers or 3 pointers, and so they do, and they destroy every robot, destroy every 2 pointer or 3 pointers they encounter. And Deku also destroys robots in his own way. Everyone is dumbfounded by his quirk. They want to know what it is, what's capable of, and so are the judges. They're also seeing this, and the teachers and the recommendation students also see Deku's unbelievably powerful and mysterious, but also strange quirk that they've never actually seen before or heard of. And so Deku keeps destroying robot after robot, including saving people in the process. And so he does hear a loud vibration. By the way, his speakers act as transmitters, so he can actually hear what's going on. And he goes over there, and does see the big giant 0-pointer. And so that happens, and he does see Uraraka and saves her, but but when he turned around as he was carrying Uraraka in his arms, well, Uraraka was actually passed out because she saw the 0-pointer, and she kind of passed out because of it. And Deku decides to destroy the 0-pointer by making a big giant sonic speaker. And everyone sees this, and it does that sonic sound, sonic bursting sound, and it does actually explode. Does actually get destroyed, and and so time's up, and we skip to 2 weeks. Deku does get into UA, and and he, and All Might does say how how powerful you are in the mock battle, and not only that, you did well in the theory exam as well. And so yeah, Deku is not only does not only have villain, does not only have take not have villain points, but he also has rescue points as well. So he's actually in the #1 spot. So yeah, we skipped the 2 week. We skipped that week, that 1 week, and the whole thing. And yeah, he does go to UA, and he does find his class, the big door, and he can't wait to meet his entire class, his new class, and he can't wait to make new friends. He's kind of like Ashido in a way, who is excited and hyped up. And when he goes into the room, opens the door, and he was about to say hi, but then he hears Ida and Bakugo arguing on each other, and he can't. And Deku is actually doesn't actually want to get in this argument. So he decides to sit down, but then everyone looks at Deku, and says, "Isn't that Izuku Midoriya who got first place in the not only in the theory exam but also in the mock battle, in the battle tests?" And everyone wants to know about his quirk. They want to know about him. And Deku does develop that instinctive ability to like, hey, sorry everyone, that was my family's dog. He was barking a lot, so I told him to shut up. Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna get grounded for that, but who cares? Anyway, Deku. So anyway, the whole thing happens. Ida does see Deku and was about to go up to him, but then Uraraka came in and wanted to talk to Deku, wanted to thank Deku, but then Mr. Aizawa came along and he said that and Deku does wake up, and they all go outside for the quirk assessment test, and no one actually questions him. And so yeah, Mr. Aizawa says if you come in last, then you're going to get expelled. Everyone gets scared and nervous. So yeah, that whole thing happens. And Deku and Mr. Aizawa asks Deku to come over here and to grab the ball, and to tell him how many meters did he get with his normal abilities. He said he only got about 90 meters, and Mr. Aizawa says, "Okay, then use your quirk. Now use your quirk." And Deku does throw the ball, but then he produced speaker after speaker, and the ball goes even further as they produce sonic bursts of sonic shout, and the speakers even make the ball even go further and even out of the atmosphere, and it shows that Deku got infinity, and the speakers come back on the Deku and they disappear. Yep, that's right, they're capable of disappearing until Deku calls them out again. So yeah, everyone sees this and see how Deku's quirk is really powerful. Deku only produced 5 speakers to make the ball even go in further. So yeah, Deku does want to stay in UA, So he wants to show off as much as he can to prove that he does want to stay here. So yeah. Let's see. So yeah, the whole thing, the eight courses begin, and everyone, and no one gets expelled. Uraka does get infinity because of her quirk. And Deku and her actually become friends along with Ida. And so yeah. They. So yeah, that whole thing happens. Now let's see, Deku's hero costume. Well, Deku's going to go with Echo. Deku's hero name will be the sound hero Echo. And it actually, that you guys go ahead to see what his hero name should be. No, wait a minute. No. Nah, we're just gonna give him the hero name Echo. And yes, Deku does have that sensory ability to able to hear sound like a bat, even without his eyes. And Deku does have the ability. He's able to sense seismic vibrations. So yeah. And this is actually going to be very interesting even during his time there in UA. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be amazing. And there will be a few changes. And so yeah, this is me telling you guys what's going to happen. So yeah, be ready for the big surprises.